the gold star on his senior year.
Matt Bolden is putting his mark on this program. He is quietly having a great senior year and slowly creeping up that leading our career scoring ladder. He'll be in the top 10 when he finishes. Here's what's great. Against Pepperdine the other night, 16 shots, he had 32 points. Just about a week earlier against USD, he only took 5 shots, but his team still won. See, Matt Bolden's not all about scoring. He's about winning basketball games, and that's what he does for the Zags.
And for Loyola Marymount, this is a program that won against USC earlier. They also won at Notre Dame, and then the injury bug hit. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I've ever seen a team more decimated by injuries than this one.
They've been having horrible weather down in LA, and it's been raining and pouring down there, and it's poured on this poor team with all the injuries. 2 key injuries, though, that you see. Ashton Hamilton and also their point guard, Jarrett Dubois, are out. They are starters. Those 2 guys will not play tonight. It's going to hurt the Lions.
And it's also going to move a lot of players out of their normal positions. Vernon Teal, normally the off guard. He's now the point guard.
Yeah, normally Vernon's the guy that's looking to score the basketball, find ways to get open. But tonight, he's going to have to facilitate the team, get them into stuff, and make things happen for him. So it's going to take him out of his position.
And Drew Viney, another. This guy can really play, but maybe he's going to be at the 3 now rather than maybe playing inside where he belongs.
Well, hopefully you hope none of that really gets into his head or not, because the young man can score the basketball. 3-point shooting is a specialty of his, and he's 6'8", like you said, so he stands out there. If you're not out there on him, he's going to knock down a shot on you.
Now, Loyola Marymount's lost a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but they got a lot left. Gonzaga, Loyola Marymount. Tonight's starting lineups, the tip-off when we come back.
A guy named...
And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center in Spokane. Gonzaga, now ranked number 15 in the nation, hosting Loyola Marymount, West Coast Conference men's basketball action. And we take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Loyola Marymount Lions, Vernon Teal will play the point guard. Given Calipindi, Tim Diedrichs, Drew Viney, and Kevin Young. Viney and Young, the front court players. For Max Snow in his 2nd season. Max Good, I'm sorry.
It's snowing outside.
It is snowing outside. He's 10-10 this season. Had this thing really going, and then, as we said in the pregame there, the injury bug hit. Gonzaga starting lineup: Dimitri Goodson, Matt Bolden, Stephen Gray, the usuals, and Rob Sacre and Elias Harris. Head coach Mark Pugh, now in his 11th season, looking for his 280th win. It'll be Young tipping off against Elias Harris. And LMU controlling the opening tip, sort of.
That should have been thrown up again, because neither player touched it, but they let it go.
They let it go indeed. Here's Teal to the baseline, looking for help. Into the corner. Here's Calipindi. 3-ball way off. Teal with the rebound. Blocked by Sacre, but a foul called inside. The officials: Tom Wood, Sam Haddad, and Bruce Hicks. Greg Heister, Craig Elo.
You know, already you could tell when you said in the pregame talk, Vernon's going to have to be point guard. He didn't look comfortable getting the team into any kind of offense. As soon as he got rid of it, did you see what he did to Meach? Turned around and posted him up. That's what Vernon Teal does. So he's out of his comfort zone right now.
Teal, a nice size, 6'4", 190. Averaging 14 points a game for LMU. That first foul on Dimitri Goodson. Just underway in Spokane. Gonzaga coming off a win against Pepperdine, but a game that was much closer than most people thought it would be. One that riled up the coaches after that game, Greg.
Yeah, you got the motions and everything, but hey, look what Max Good's done. He's come out. They're usually a man-to-man team. He's going to make Gonzaga play against the zone tonight. Young out to Calipindi. This is Vernon Teal to the post, and Diedrichs kick out Teal. LMU really moving the ball around well, but they're not getting it any closer to the bucket. And on one side of the floor. It is. Teal lines up to 3. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound Bolden.
Now Gonzaga in their half court. Matt Bolden coming off the best offensive performance of his career. 32 points against Pepperdine Thursday night. Deflected pass found its way to Harris, and then he's fouled by Given Calipindi, number 3. So both threes on the floor now with a personal foul.
Well, here's the interesting thing, and I think Coach Max Good's doing the right thing. He's decimated by the injuries, so he doesn't have a lot out there, so he goes to a zone. He loves man-to-man. He's old school. He won't zone to him as, standing around not doing anything, but he put his team in a zone because he doesn't have that many players to match up.
Time now for the Northern Quest Resort and Casino keys to the game, and I guess we'll get to them in just a moment, Greg.
Okay.
But hang on. I know people at home are on their edge of their seats. They want to hear your keys to the game.
It is always the highlight.
And there's a steal by Bolden up court. Great catch. Oh, what a reverse. And then Stephen Gray picked it up again. Heads up play. And here's our Northern Quest Resort and Casino keys.
Well, the first one is just about what you were talking about a little bit earlier. Energy, effort, and emotion. They're playing against a team that's decimated by injuries. You got to have some emotion. Don't come out flat. Play above the rim like Kevin Young just did.
Wow, Kevin Young running the baseline. And the big flush, 4-3 our score.
Yeah, and the other one is Gonzaga's a very good rebounding team. That'll start everything for you. Limit Loyola to one shot on one end. You can rebound and run and go to the boards on the offensive end and get extra possessions.
Bolden lines up the 3. That one's off. LMU basketball and a chance to take the early lead. Teal skip pass. Here's Viney driving on Bolden. Fall away way off. Diedrich's battling, so Sacre and Stephen Gray with it for Gonzaga behind the back. Whip pass. Harris. Finish. Those are rare athletic plays there.
That was an awesome assist.
It was.
He had to thread the needle to get that ball to Elias Harris, and then Elias had 2 defenders around him and had to catch it.
Young really being hampered by Gray. That's just Young trying to do too much.
That's being Young. He's a sophomore.
Kevin Young with a personal foul, the charge.
This is great, Kevin Young. One dribble, baseline. Of course, nobody was guarding him and flies above the rim. But that possession, if you got to dribble 4 or 5 times, go to the baseline, back to the wing, and back to the baseline, get rid of the basketball. You got nothing going. And that's exactly what happened. He winds up turning it over.
Especially when you're not a guard.
Exactly.
Oh! Wow! Oh, and LMU threw it away. Gonzaga now with the numbers.
Too close.
Jump ball call. Possession arrow favoring Gonzaga. Matt Bolden.
Let's catch our breath.
Harris. Oh, look at how high he is. I know, Elo, you could jump like that when you're 20, huh?
In my dreams, I would do that. No way. An excellent play by the Zags, though. They started the ball on Elias' side, then threw it to the offside Matt, and then Stephen gave Elias a nice little screen.
And Matt Bolden bangs in his first bucket. Gonzaga leading by 7. And Dimitri Goodson picks up his second personal foul.
Well, Meach is probably licking his chops because the best point guard is out for LMU, Dubois, so he knows that the other 2 guys out there right now are not great ball handlers, so he's going to get up in them.
So Goodson's going to go out for GU, and Bull Kong checks in for Mark Few, number 34. Bull, the sophomore now, out of British Columbia. Sacre fronting the post and picks up the personal foul. That's 3 quick ones now on GU, and that's number 1 on Rob Sacre.
And Tim Diedrichs is a guy that's playing out of position also. He's not comfortable down there in the post along with Sweezy. These 2 guys don't play a lot of minutes, but because of the injuries, they're out there playing one of the best teams in the country. Did you hear me? One of the best teams in the country.
I heard that. I agree. I'm agreeing. 4 turnovers now by Loyola Marymount. I was trying to count on my fingers there.
Well, you're missing a digit, so that would be difficult.
Stephen Gray lost the handle. This is Armstead. Got it to Viney. And the offensive foul called on Drew Viney. His first. 2 on LMU.
That's a typical Zag play. That's exactly the way the Zags want to play. They want to take away the inside, take the charges.
10-3, our score early in Spokane. In the Global Credit Union follow the Zags promotion. Trip for 2 includes game tickets, airfare, and hotel to see the 2010 WCC men's and women's basketball tournament. Enter at any Global Credit Union branch today. Well, Mark Few got to be happy with the first 4 minutes and 5 seconds of this game.
Yeah, I mean, his team has already caused 4 turnovers.
5 now.
5 turnovers.
Yeah.
So Loyola's a good team on turnovers. They only average 14 for the game, but getting forced to do stuff that they're not comfortable doing. And the Zags are making them pay because they're 4 or 5 shots, and they're stud right there. Elias Harris already has 6 points.
Missing there, Diedrichs with the long rebound. Now LMU only averaging 14 turnovers a game with their starting point guard in there. There's Vernon Teal slashing to the baseline, then high off the glass.
And you know, that's the best word for Vernon Teal. He's a great slasher. That's why he plays the off-guard position.
Got good size, too. There's a takeaway by LMU.
Yeah, 190 pounds, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. I would hate to guard a guard that weighs that much. That's like a Joe Dumars or guys that really like to use their bodies.
Viney long on that 3. Here's Stephen Gray at the other end. And Gray now with 4 points.
Stevens really elevated his game, and when he gets into the lane now, he used to not have any type of shots to put up.
Great backdoor pass by Teal to Viney. And it's a 5-point game. Really the difference in the game right now, Craig. Gonzaga has hit 5 of their first 8 shots. LMU 3 of their first 7. Gray long there. Viney the rebound right out to Teal. LMU on the move. Teal right to the rim off the glass. And it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. I mean, he had a one-on-one situation as soon as he caught the basketball with Stephen Gray, and he was challenging Stephen, and he won that battle.
LaRon Armstead with that rebound off the Bull Kong miss.
You know, as much as you can talk about the injuries and the things that are against LMU tonight, the guys that are out there on the floor are going to give you 110%. And that's scary sometimes because normal guys, or the guys out there, normally don't get a lot of playing time, so they might surprise you.
Ball slapped away by Harris out of bounds.
It's just can they sustain it over a 40-minute game?
And regardless of who's out of the game, you're still replacing them with Division I basketball players.
Very true.
Maybe not as good, but they're still D1 basketball players, and anybody can get hot.
Yeah.
Vernon Teal now with the basketball, watched by Bull Kong. Teal lost the handle. Harris has it. Armstead trying to chase. You may as well just surrender there.
I would have conceded. I would have conceded about 2 steps past half court because Elias had 1 step on him, and I mean, you admire the.
Well, unless you tackle him, you're not going to stop him.
Yeah, that was a little ticky-tack foul too, though.
It was.
But when a guy's going up to dunk, the official is going to protect that guy at all costs.
Harris long on the free throw. Kelly Olynyk into the game now for GU. Viney with it for LMU. And it's a 5-point game. Harris now with 8 points. LaRon Armstead. Armstead averaging just 5 points a game, but he shoots 50% from 3. He's 10 of 20.
He takes good shots.
And Alex Osborne there. with a chance for three. And Osborne, a big body, 6'7", 240, a freshman out of Los Angeles.
And he's a gladiator tonight. He has turf toe. I don't know if you've ever had turf toe.
Well, I've stubbed my toe.
Well, that's just as painful. And
can you have turf toe on hard court?
I think that's just the term that they give it.
But shouldn't it be hard court toe?
Hard court toe. I think it started with football, but yeah, we could change it to hard court.
LMU on a 9-4 run right now, and it's a 2-point game. Oh, I know. Turf toes ended a lot of NFL careers. Jack Lambert's career ended.
Yeah, it's
Hall of Fame linebacker with the Steelers because of turf toe. Here's Olenek in deep, missed it. Viney the rebound for LMU.
And it's basically what you said. You just stump your big toe. It's like a jammed finger.
Well, if you mark few, this is exactly what you didn't want to start this game.
That's why one of the keys was emotion. Have emotion. Don't come out flat. Don't play to the level of the team you're playing. You're the 15th team in the country. Go out there and show it.
And Teal just gives LMU the 1-point lead with that 3-ball. Well, Gonzaga came out with that emotion to start, but they've allowed LMU to hang around. Olenek, lob, Harris. I tell you, there are not too many players in college basketball that you're going to be able to watch that can finish with just what happened there.
Just
it's
throw
a
it
great
up.
pass, but look where he gets hit. And still able to finish.
Strong upper body, great body control.
And just concentration, Craig. I mean, there's, you know,
I'll give him that, yes.
You really got to concentrate on a play like that, knowing that you may get knocked to the floor and you could break yourself in two.
No, his concentration, I mean, just watch his game face. Watch the face he puts on every game. Now, he ain't like that all the time. He doesn't look that mean.
Oh, he's a sweet kid.
He's a
nice kid.
Got a pretty smile.
He's just a ferocious player. It's the greatest combination to have. Here's Teal around Olenek, but Bolden there to help. Young 3-ball up the front of the rim. Kong with the rebound. Here's Bolden far side. And the turnover.
Matt doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but that time he just didn't have himself under control.
Armstead misses, though. Harris with the rebound. Somebody should have dunked that. Teal had that ball 8 feet from the rim, and he didn't go up and just dunk. Through the pass. Of course, he's one of the best assist guys in the country. And there's Olenek with a flush on the baseline for Gonzaga. And it's a 4-point GU lead.
Well, actually, LMU really has 2 point guards. You're exactly right. We called Vernon Till the off guard and Jared Dubois the real point guard, but he's averaging 6 points or 6 assists a game.
And Kevin Young
keeps him in it.
Yeah, lines up to 3 and buries it. He's a 30% shooter from behind the arc. There's Kong. He's off the mark.
Right now.
Rebound by Osborne.
You got to think.
Here's the lob. Young! He's got another flush.
LMU.
And then he checks the hair. Did you see that? The little primp. He primped the hair on the way down.
Little personality.
LMU has come to play. Who's injured? They don't look injured to me. LMU with a 1-point lead.
I got him right here.
And welcome back, LMU with a 1-point lead on Gonzaga, 20-19, 10:30 to play it. Craig, we did a game Thursday night where Gonzaga could not stop Keon Bell. He finished with 37 points. That's huge. But he scored 34 in the second half. Are we maybe seeing the same sort of thing transpiring here today?
Well, it's starting out that way. Vernon Till's playing excellent right now. He's not doing what Bell did to the Zags the other night in the second half so far, but if they continue to let him play at the pace he's playing at, I mean, 8 points, 4 assists. So he's got it on what? They're 20 points, 8 points, 4 assists. He's on with 16 points. So he's very active. And tell you what, they better lock him down. They got Meach back in the game, so maybe they'll lock him down with Meach.
As a team, LMU now 8 of 15 from the floor. And Young with 7 points as well. And Bolden, when you need a bucket, he's the guy in 09 and 2010 for Gonzaga. That three-pointer gives Matt Bolden 5 points. Here's Diedrichs. Viney for three. That rimmed out. Almost fell back through. And now the Zags fighting. Arop and Sacre fighting over that rebound. Mengistu, Arop, #1 in the game. Here's Goodson. Jump shot, no good. Sacre with another chance for GU. Bolden. Into the middle, Sacre jump shot. That's long. Arop runs it down for GU. Back to Bolden. Three! Oh, Matt Bolden is in rhythm. Now with 8 points.
We'll give that basket credit to Manny Rock, chasing down that offensive rebound and then finding Matt standing all alone.
Nice bucket there by Tim Diedrichs, the sophomore out of Seattle. Played at Snohomish High School. And Goodson inside for GU, fighting his way in there. And then able to finish.
You know, the previous possession, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but...
Yeah, foul called on number 40, Kevin Young. Sorry, Craig, go ahead.
Did you see Meach? No one guarded him. I mean, that's the problem with Meach. He's just not shooting the ball that well. So they didn't even pay attention to him. He messed the shot in the lane. Robert got that rebound, got him another possession. And then Robert shot it, and Manny went after it. So they really are pursuing the offensive board, getting extra possessions, and that's what the Zags want to have happen on the offensive end.
Viney the rebound off that miss free throw by Goodson. And here's Diedrichs going to work on Sacre, banging his way, blocked by Sacre. He says, no way, get it out of here.
This is his house. This is his house.
But it was a calm block. He took the little chest bump and then just simply went whack.
You can tease.
I guess so. Here's Teal, the jump shot. And now he'll shoot free throws. Foul called on Olenek, number 13.
Well, Vernon recognized that Kelly Olynyk was guarding him, got the ball, saw that Kelly was on him, but you and I know that Kelly can guard someone smaller than him. And he did the right thing. He backed off and made Vernon pull up. But when he contested the shot, little acting by Vernon draws the gap.
There's Max Good. I tell you, the one thing Max Good brings to LMU is a lot of fire. He loves this game.
Well, when you and
he's a joy to talk to.
Oh, when you and I were talking to him this morning, I mean, it was story after story about old school basketball. And you know as well as I do, old school basketball means you play your rear end off every play, or you will hear about it.
Vernon Teal struggling at the line there, a 66% shooter. Missed them both, so it remains a 5-point game. Goodson, here's Sacre. Skip pass, great catch by Arop. Nope, stepped on the sideline. You needed to be Larry Fitzgerald on that play.
I can tell you though, right now, you can just tell Robert Sacre is struggling on the offensive end. Tim Diedrichs cannot guard him where he caught that basketball. Robert's got to show some confidence and put the ball up on the rim. Even if you miss it, you still got to make a move down there when you catch the ball that deep.
Just go for it, huh?
Yeah.
4 turnovers now by GU. That's given Calipindi, number 3, back in for LMU. And now Diedrichs. Swatted away by Bolden. 8 on the shot clock for Loyola Marymount. And they'll deal with that after this commercial break. Gonzaga leading LMU by 5. We'll be back.
At Anthony's.
Number 15, Gonzaga hosting LMU at the McCarthy Athletic Center in Spokane. Greg Heister and Craig Elo. Hey, get your copy of Gonzaga's Decade of Excellence DVD, packed full of highlights, interviews, and the memories that have made Gonzaga's Decade of Excellence. Order online at gozags.com or call 877-281-4377.
How about this stat right here, Greg? LMU has 16 points in the paint. Another 3-ball by Vernon, though. From the outside, they're small at the post. And they're killing the Zags on the inside right now.
And Vernon Teal with 11 points. He's our first player into double figures. Zachary swatted by Teal from behind. Gray picked it up and calmly throws it in. 4-point GU lead.
Now see, Robert caught the ball in the post that time, made a move. Even though he got his shot blocked, he brought the ball back too far.
And then he blocks Diedrich.
Well, this is Robert's strong suit right here, defense.
And another one, but the foul called on Zachary. That's number 2 on him. And so he'll come out of the game, I'm sure. Yes, Kelly Olynyk up off the bench. And you hear the "you got swatted" chant, which always kills me because he's at the free throw line.
The first time he got swatted, the second time he drew a foul.
But still, he earned his way to the free throw line.
He stuck with it. Perseverance.
Grant Gibbs, number 10 in for GU, replacing Dimitri Goodson.
You know, I got an interesting phone call, I told you before the game, from a New Zealand radio.
Yeah, New Zealand.
One of the questions the guy asked me was, what's up with all the tattoos? And Diedrich's got a few tattoos.
I'd say.
Go along with Roberts, and I say, hey, that's just something that different time, different era that I didn't play with.
Harris has it knocked away. It's picked up by Olynyk, and then he's fouled. So Kelly Olynyk now shooting free throws. Foul on Kevin Young, number 40. That's his second. And that is 16 fouls now on LMU. Both teams with 6 fouls.
You know, I remember the game down in LMU last year when Kevin Young was a freshman. Remember, he was just flying everywhere.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's grabbing offensive rebounds, dunking it. Played with a lot of energy. This year, it looks like his numbers are down a little bit, but shooting 54% from the field. So what does that tell you on making 10 points? He gets close to the rim.
He's dunking a lot. We've seen it twice here. Brad Sweezy replaces Young. LMU basketball. Gonzaga now 3 of 7 from the line. The one thing LMU cannot have happen in this game, Craig, is foul trouble. They're already so thin because of all the injuries. They can't afford to have any of their 5 starters not play and finish the game.
Yeah, but can I agree to disagree with you?
Sure.
I agree with you that they can't be in foul trouble, but Gonzaga, a 66% free throw shooter, struggling tonight already, 3 of 7 from the line. If you take the possession away from them and put them on the line, you might give yourself an opportunity.
But they've only got like 7 guys. You're going to ask the team manager to play before the end of the game. Here's Teal, 5 on the clock. Viney's blocked by Gray. But a foul is called. I tell you, Stephen Gray over the last 10 games, Craig, has turned into a very, very physical guard.
Well, he's got the body to do it.
But it's the mentality now.
Yeah, I meant that play we had, he saw that face that he made after he got that loose ball in San Diego, and then kind of came up thinking that when the kid jumped on him for a jump ball that it was a foul. I mean, that showed a whole different side of Steven.
Well, both teams now combined have missed the last 8 free throws in this game. LMU's 3 of 8, Gonzaga's 2 of 7.
And they're a good free throw shooting team, right?
Yeah.
They're right at 69%.
Yeah, 69.9.
I mean, that's pretty good. And they usually during the game they attempt almost 24 free throws.
Yeah, Viney ending the drought. Now 3 of 9, and we have a 3-point game in Spokane. Gibbs to Olynyk at the free throw line, needs help. Got it to Bolden, lost the handle, and then Vernon Teal after it, and a foul called on Matt Bolden.
Well, now they're in 1-1.
So Vernon Teal will go to the line. Teal 1 of 4 from the free throw line, and he's a 66% shooter. But he scored 11 points, 4 assists. He averages over 6 a game, which is 8th best number in the nation. And he leads the West Coast Conference. And he missed another free throw. Grant Gibbs with the rebound. Now he's on the move. Down the middle of the floor to Gray. Stephen Harris. Grant Gibbs. And a chance for 3.
You know, I'm not ever going to question the coaching staff at GU or anything, but Grant Gibbs has not played in a while. But the coaching staff knows what he can do. They watch him in practice, and he's made 2 good plays right there in a row. I mean, I thought he maybe could, instead of passing to Steven, probably had an open layup, but you know, made himself available after that to get the pass from Elias. So, you know, there's a method to their madness, I guess you would say, on how they use their players.
And oh, by the way, Elias Harris now with 3 assists. This kid can do it all. Viney backing down on Bolden. A little hard, but he got the rebound back. Picked up by Diedrichs. New clock. Drives. Viney lay-in. I don't know, one of the assistants for LMU told me today that Drew Viney doesn't like contact. It hasn't been our experience here in the first half.
No, you know, he's normally an outside shooter, mainly shooting 3-pointers, but tonight, you said earlier, he's got to go big because they have none.
There's Olynyk inside, and he gets the lay-in. Not to mention, Viney is missing one of his front teeth. So he's been in some scraps.
Yeah, he's a LA boy.
Leading the team in scoring, over 16 a game. Armstead shot way too hard. Teal with another rebound. And the put back. Vernon Teal with 13 points, his second rebound. Bolden, open 3. That one's a little long. Grant Gibbs with the rebound, right back to the rim. And now a chance for 3. Grant Gibbs trying to earn some more playing time.
Well, that was in the right place at the right time, and then we haven't really seen that side of Grant Gibbs. We've known from when they recruited him that he was a guy that was a point guard kind of in a big body, but now showing that he can score the ball.
That foul called on Brad Sweezy. That's his first. 8 fouls now on LMU. And Grant Gibbs with his 6th point in the last minute or so.
Yeah, 2 possessions. He's got 2 3-point plays. And he didn't shoot it from behind the arc. Got it the old way.
The old-fashioned way, like you used to get them.
Yeah, never had to stand out there and just shoot it. You had to go in there and get, like you said, lose a tooth.
Of course, you're not that old. You played in the era of the 3-point line. You could really shoot it.
Not in college, but in the pros.
In the pros,
yeah.
Yes. Probably extended your career.
It did.
Because you could really shoot it. Teal with 6 on the clock. Fall away. That's long. Bolden now. Gonzaga with the numbers 3-on-1. Here's Gray. Oh, the flying reverse. Stephen Gray. Gonzaga leads by 9.
You know who the flying Walindas were, weren't you?
No.
Trapeze act in the circus.
Yes.
Steven looked like he was going from one to the other on that one. Boy, he took off on the right side, or the left side, and went all the way to the right side.
And he wanted to smash this, you could just tell.
But see how unselfish this team is?
It
Elias Harris was running on the right side. Now, he's your stud. He's averaging 25 points a game in West Coast Conference. And Matt had Vernon Teal right in front of him. It was a 3-on-1. And he went to Stephen Gray's side. And it was a good choice. It was he wouldn't have lost in either way. They were going to get a bucket from Stephen or Elias on that particular break.
Gonzaga on a 10-4 run. Matt Bolden just picked up his 3rd assist to go along with his 8 points. He's got a couple of rebounds. Stephen Gray now with 8 points, 2 rebounds, 4 of 6 shooting. And I believe this is Gonzaga's largest lead of this game. No, they got to double figures earlier, didn't they?
It was 10-3 early. That's 7. Tell you what, the Lions are playing.
This is their largest lead.
Lions are playing with a heart of a line right now.
Sure they are. They're not intimidated at all. Despite the fact they had so many of their players not here or over there on the bench hurt. I mean, there's 3 players I'm looking at over there now in their street clothes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they lost 2 at the early part of the season. Vernon Teal weaving his way through. And the touch foul there on Stephen Gray. So Gray picks up number 2. Gonzaga with a 9-point lead. The final 3:33 of the first half when we come back.
It's the
Fans, be sure to tune in to the Mark Few Show Sunday nights on KHQ in Spokane. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on FSN Northwest. Each week, we'll bring you insights, interviews, and behind-the-scenes access to Mark Few and the Gonzaga basketball program.
Well, the Zags were hot the other night against the Pepperdine Waves. Shot over 50% in that game, and tonight, 16 of 26 for 61%. And they've been red hot ever since
that Duke loss.
Duke loss, yeah. They've been shooting 53% since that Duke loss. Of course, we're not going to talk about that Duke loss because it was way long time ago.
Yeah, 6 of those 7 games they've shot over 50%. As Vernon Teal, 1 of 5 from the line, now 1 of 6.
And with that average, they're 9th in the nation in field goal percentage.
And they're shooting 62% thus far in this game. Grant Gibbs trying to go to Bolden. And now Vernon Teal back with it for LMU, and he carried.
You know, it's been a while since they turned the ball over. They kind of settled down and got into a rhythm and had 5 quick ones. That's number 7 now for the game. If you're going to play well against the Zags, you got to what? Take care of the basketball.
Every game.
Yeah, every game. Doesn't matter, yeah.
If you're going to win, you can't turn it over.
Nope.
It's a lot like the NFL or the game of football.
Yep.
And there's a turnover by Gonzaga. Vernon Teal now on the move into the middle, and he'll shoot another free throw. And this is on Bolden, I believe.
That's 3 on Bolden?
No, 2.
2, okay. Vernon got down low, stepped across Matt Bolden, and Matt's kind of wondering what he did.
Well, it's obvious that he didn't touch him, but anytime you slap down at the ball,
it's almost automatic.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why it's almost automatic, but it just is. And Teal finally hits a free throw. Now 2 of 7, and it's a 6-point game.
Well, it's like you fishing, right?
Okay.
You throw your fly out there, you're anticipating a bite, right?
I hope.
So you got to be ready to pop it when it happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's what officials do too. They anticipate a lot of times.
Harris left that one a little short. Rebound by Olynyk, and he earns free throws. And Max Good really animated again over on that sideline.
I was just watching him, and he's just so passionate about it. And he told us tonight, he said it's just going to take an extraordinary effort by his team to compete with the Zags tonight.
Just to compete.
Just to compete with them.
Yeah.
But he's getting more out of his players right now than just competing. 6-point ball game.
Well, Vernon Teal already at 16 points. And he's accounted for 10 of their 13 buckets.
And I don't see how many minutes he's played, but has he come off the floor?
And Drew Viney bangs in the deep 3. And it's back to 4. Viney now with 8 points.
Well, you know, it's a great opportunity. Loyola 10-10 on the season. They're not having a bad season compared to the ones they've had in the, past 4 or 5 years. Excellent opportunity to make your mark.
Whoa, possession arrow. They say tie up, and it goes to LMU. I didn't think he was tied up. That was either a foul or let him play.
That's first.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm wrong. Viney again. That one's long.
You know, you got to make Viney put the ball on the floor.
You do.
Yeah, you can't just let him stand and shoot. I mean, he's going to continue to shoot. You don't want a guy to get hot like that. So get up in his grill, make him put it on the floor.
I mean, he looks like one of the bigger players out there, but he's only 6'5".
Long arm.
He's a guy 6'5", can shoot it. Olynyk. Minute 25 to play first half. Calipindi driving to the baseline, and he hits the leaner. And it's back to 4.
I like how you say that. Kalapindi from Zimbabwe. Is that right? Zambia, Africa.
Zambia.
Foreign exchange student.
Olynyk. That won't go. Young with the rebound for LMU. Under a minute to go. LMU down by just 4 points in Spokane. I think it's fair to say that that's shocking.
Well, they're playing with
an LMU team without 4 of their starters.
Yeah,
and that's Osborne inside. Put back by Young.
Jumped over everyone.
Count the bucket, and he can pull them to within a point.
You know, how about this? We got an international game going on. Manny is out there, is from Canada. The young man coming out of the game right now for LMU is from London, England. We got a German out there and an African.
That foul on Grant Gibbs. His first. Young is long on the free throw. Harris with the rebound. Shot clock is off. Gonzaga will play for 1. And that's not going to be a nice locker room to be in at halftime with Mark Few. LMU is shooting 50%. Teams generally do not do that against Gonzaga.
No, Gonzaga's
especially on the road or on their home floor.
Defensive field goal percentage for Gonzaga is right around 40. Now they've been better. Last year they were at 37, but they've been a really good, tough defensive team this year.
Here's Olynyk spinning, lost the handle, could have been called for a travel. Harris, no good. And a foul call. I didn't hear the whistle.
Yep.
Fouled inside on Mengistu Arap.
Wow.
And so that's going to put LMU at the free throw line with a chance to tie this game at half.
Kalapindi, 33% free throw shooter, so we're going to see.
So they've got a chance, but a slight one.
A slight one. He's got, it's double bonus, so he's got 2 shots coming to him.
This is the closest margin since the game was 2-1. And LMU now on an 11-3 run.
You know,
and it's a 1-point game.
My old coach George Rabbit always said there's players and there's game players. Like a 33% free throw shooter going to the line when it's intense and needs to make it. Those guys usually make it. He's made one. Made both.
He made them both. We're tied at 42. Grant Gibbs to beat the buzzer. We are tied, and it's not going to be a great place to be in that Gonzaga locker room. LMU shooting 50%, and whether or not it was an LMU player just shooting lights out, Gonzaga coaches are going to look at that as, hey, we're not playing good defense. In fact, we're playing terrible defense. Well, that was their thought the other night against
Keon Bell. I mean, 55 points in the second half, 34 of them coming from Keon Bell. They were not happy with the way defense was played, so I'm sure that's going to be discussed right now. This team should not be tied with us at halftime.
Vernon Teal, 16 points on 6 of 8 shooting for LMU. He also added 5 assists. Elias Harris leading Gonzaga with 11. Both teams shooting over 50%. All offense in Spokane. And welcome back to Spokane. We're tied at 42 between LMU and Gonzaga. Well, Elias Harris certainly taking the West Coast Conference by storm this year, averaging 16 points a game. He's already got 11 tonight. So let's meet the young man from Speyer, Germany, a 20-year-old freshman for Gonzaga. Tell me about your family.
My family, my mom's German, my dad is American. My dad came over to Germany with the military, and that's how we met my mom. And then they got me and my sister. Then, yeah, my parents now are separated, both remarried, got kids again, so I got a big family.
Now, was your dad a college player?
Yeah, for a small school, but I don't remember the school.
Your mom played. Where'd she play?
In Speyer too.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she played pretty good.
So give us an idea how big basketball is in Germany. We all know who Dirk Nowitzki is, right? So we know there's some basketball being played.
Well, basketball in Germany is not really a big deal because like soccer is the main thing there in Germany. Everybody goes crazy about soccer. Basketball is just a small thing.
Why don't you play soccer? I'd see you being a goaltender.
Well, I started to play soccer, and basketball at the same time and crossing country. And then I just like, when I got older, I just decided to stick with basketball.
How did Gonzaga find you in Speyer, Germany?
Tommy Light, he was the one who recruited me. He got connections over there in Germany, and that one coach from my other club in Germany told him that I might be interesting for Gonzaga, and so he started contacting me, and that's how I ended up here.
Where else could you have gone besides Gonzaga?
Well, Cincinnati tried to recruit me, Washington Huskies, and a couple other small schools.
Nice. So why'd you pick GU?
Well, because I trust the coaches from the beginning of my recruiting, and then after my visit here this year in February, I was here for the college game day against Memphis. I saw the campus and the small community, and that's what I like about Gonzaga. It's like everything's there, like big family.
You go at the rim.
Yeah.
You're ferocious. I mean, when you turn and square up on somebody and go after the rim, Elias, it's awesome to watch.
That's just part of my game. I don't know where I picked it up from. I just do it. I don't know why.
You're trying to break it though. It seems like you're trying to put that ball through the hole like there's no doubt.
Yeah, because I think if you try to break through the rim, nobody can stop you. So that's what I want to try to do.
You until he gets what he wants, and I like what he said about putting the ball through the rim. Try to break the rim. No one's going to stop you.
Tied at 42 in Spokane. Tied at 42 in Spokane. Gonzaga, Loyola, Marymount. Vernon Teal, 16 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds for LMU. Gonzaga's got to find an answer when we come back.
All size.
And welcome back. Gonzaga, Loyola, Marymount about ready to get it going here in the second half. And in case you were wondering about the first half numbers, here's a chance to look at those Coeur d'Alene Casino inside the numbers.
Well, here's the thing. Gonzaga, in 8 losses, that's including last year, obviously, they were out-rebounded in all of those games. So that number right there is scary right now. LMU, not a great rebounding team, has got a 1 rebound advantage on Gonzaga. Now, that was one of the keys to the game, was blast the glass on both ends. And Zags not doing that. And, of course, both teams shooting the ball, fairly well. 60% for the Zags and 53%. We're seeing some great offense. But really on the Zags end, on the defense, is where they're going to have to concentrate.
LMU still in their huddle. Here they come, led by Vernon Teal, 16 points. But Kevin Young had a couple of big dunks for him with 9 points, and Drew Viney now with 8.
Check out the uniform right in front of us. GU is in stencil. See that?
Yeah.
And that, I just noticed that Matt Bolden was standing in front of us, and there's like a stencil and it says GU at the bottom of it. You can't see it unless he's that close.
Yeah, inset in the bottom portion of his jersey.
Hey, Robert.
Jump hook is good for Sacre. That's his first field goal of the game. He's got 2 points now.
Well, I think when he catches it on the block, he's got to realize he's got Tim Dietrichs guarding him. Made a simple, nice drop step through the baseline and a little baby hook.
There's Dietrichs. Teal, that's a wide open 3. That's way long. Elias Harris with a rebound, and now Goodson with it for GU. Goodson, and everybody's sloughing off. Goodson driving the baseline, out to Bolden, into the corner. This is Gray for 3. He rims out. And Young the rebound for LMU.
Yeah, Meach had a nice drive on the baseline, got the defense to turn their heads, threw it to Matt, and Matt made the extra pass to Stephen Gray in the corner. Good look, just didn't finish.
There's Viney. And a travel called on Drew Viney, the sophomore.
See,
it's a turnover.
He's not comfortable with his back to the basket.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, I mean, most of his shots are 3-pointers. And again, due to injuries, he's forced to play a different position.
And he's playing, or was being guarded by Matt Bolden, who's very comfortable with his back to the basket on the offensive
Yeah,
end.
he is. Look, throw it up there.
Harris missing. Sacre trying to keep it alive, and then a foul called on number 3, Given Calipinde. That's our first of this half. And that's 3 now on Calipindi. So Max Good with some foul trouble there. However slight at this point.
Well, he still has Armstead over there.
Right.
That can play.
Harris traveled, I believe. They're going to call a foul. Seemed like there was an extra step in there to me, but a foul called on number 1, Vernon Teal.
I told you that's that European step. They get away with it.
That's 1 foul on Teal, 2 on LMU, and Harris is shooting.
Elias, yeah, it's hard to describe his move, but it's like he's still dribbling, got the 1 dribble, and then hops into a stop. So it looks like he's traveling, but he basically is still dribbling, but hops into a stop, and that's where I think it makes both of us kind of look like, hey, that's a travel.
Harris missing both free throws. There's Vernon Teal. Remains a 2-point game. Teal weaving his way around Sacre, got in deep, kicked it out to Viney into the corner. There's Kevin Young for 3. Oh, I thought he was fouled. I thought the official put his hand up. Bolden to the baseline, left it for Harris. And a blocking foul called inside on Calipindi. So that's number 4 on him with 17:55. And that gets Laron Armstead up off the bench. Interesting that Coach Max Good did not decide to get Calipindi out of the game with 3 personal fouls.
Well,
even though you got somebody behind him, you never want someone to get up to pick up their 4th.
To their 4th foul. I totally agree with you.
There's Gray inside, may have been deflected. Sacre got it back, and he's fouled. So Armstead picks up his 2nd personal foul.
Well, this is good, though. 4 fouls now on the Lions in the first 3 minutes. So that tells you one good thing on the offensive end. The Zags are going in and going in strong.
But Gonzaga 6 of 13 from the free throw line. If you're thinking bonus later in the game, they're only 3 away from the bonus, but they're not shooting free throws well again.
That's the 3rd straight miss. Elias missed his 2. Roberts got 1 more to end this debacle. 6 of 14. That's just not acceptable for a team that can shoot the ball better than that.
Well, they're the worst free throw shooting team in the West Coast Conference at 66.5%. And both teams combined are 13 of 30 from the line. So neither team's shooting it well.
Well, like you said, LMU is right at 70 or 69%, 70%.
Viney in and out. Here's Goodson.
All right, control the boards, 1 shot, rebound and run.
Bolden to Gray, back to Bolden. He'll fire the 3. Good! Bolden with 11.
Oh, inside out. Not your normal inside out. That was Steven throwing it from the inside out to Matt.
Young threw it to nobody. Tipped by Goodson out of bounds, so it stays with LMU. And Vernon Teal will be inbounding. And Harris there defending. Got it to Armstead. Here's Diedrich. Backing down on Sacre. Handoff Vernon Teal. He's blocked by Sacre. Bolden with it.
Really had nowhere to go. I don't know why Diedrich's handed the ball to Till. They were just way too close, and Robert was right behind him.
And a foul called here, I believe, on Elias Harris.
Offensive?
I believe it is. Elias can't believe it. Mark Few just shake. There's going to be
double foul.
Double foul called. So Young and Harris.
All right, let's see what happens.
Going to get tangled up here.
They're battling down there. Nothing malicious, just aggressive play. So
it's common contact. I mean, that's an every possession play there. That happens.
One guy trying to take position and the other guy trying not to let him take
I mean, those
position.
are the trenches. That's what happens in the trenches.
Yeah, and that hurts because that's what Kevin Young's third foul.
And just the first on Harris. There's Dietrich bumping into Sacre. And a foul called on Sacre. That's 3 on Robert.
You know, I'm not taking anything away from Brad Sweezy, but he's averages only 0.2 points per game. Drew Vining's got to realize that and take that shot and just let Brad Sweezy maybe try to rebound. I mean, here's a guy forced into playing because of injuries.
Craig, we've got a 6-point game, but LMU has not scored a field goal in over 4 minutes.
That hurts when the ball game was tied at 42.
But it also means Gonzaga's got to get it going. They're only up by 2 possessions. 3. Stephen Gray. 8-point game.
I am unbelievably amazed at your steepness in basketball knowledge now.
Whose?
Yours.
Oh, come on.
4 minutes? I mean, you recognize that. You recognize in 4 minutes they haven't scored a field goal, but yet it's still just a 6-point, well, now an 8-point lead, but that's good. That's good.
So Vernon Teal earns the trip to the free throw line. And Stephen Gray just picked up his 3rd personal foul. That's 3 on GU. LMU with 5 this half.
Vernon's got he doesn't have a very good form on his free throws.
And it's always baffled me.
How
This is a guy who's 6 of 10 from the floor, but now 2 of 8 from the free throw line.
Yeah, but that's 15 feet from the basket. His 6 baskets well, there's a couple 3-pointers in there, but
it's a free throw.
yeah, but it's 15 feet.
It's free.
He can score with the basketball getting into the lane. He can move the ball around. Maybe you should try that.
Doesn't cost you a penny. Great pass from Gray to Harris. Elias now with 13.
Well, that was the thing. I'm sure that the LMU coaching staff was worried about. Hey, we're tied at 42, but can we sustain this type of energy and emotion throughout this game?
LaRon Armstead. Nice tough basket inside. Goodson, look at the wheels. Left it for Gray. Transition 3. Short. Armstead with a rebound, and now LMU will look to run.
You know, LMU averages about 77 points a game. And that was a question mark coach was taking.
Teal. Woo! What a spin on Harris. Vernon Teal's first field goal of this half. Here's Goodson at the other end. And the blocking foul called on Brad Sweezy. Vernon Teal now with 19 points. Got a lot in this young man's game. 52-47. The Senior Open coming to Sahali Country Club in Sammamish, Washington, July 26th through August 1, 2010. Don't miss your chance to see Fred Couples in his first Senior Open. Buy tickets now at the 2010 USSeniorOpen.com. So there's a couple of guys enjoying their Gatorades. 5-point game in Spokane. Dimitri Goodson at the free throw line. It could be some other liquid, though, with some blue food coloring in it. That's one of the many tricks you learn in college.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 2-shot.
It was a 2-shot. Well, they had everybody in here was confused except for the Gonzaga coaching staff. I tell you, nothing will make the officials look worse in a coach's eye than a mistake like that.
Come on, get control of the game.
What game are you watching?
Yeah.
Armstead going to work on Goodson. This is Sweezy. And now Teal with Dietrich working hard inside on Olynyk, and now he comes out to set the screen. Teal against Olynyk. And a foul away from the ball. This is going to be against Gonzaga, I believe. Or did they get Olynyk? I think it's on Grant Gibbs.
It was on all 5 of them.
I guess it was. No, it's on Olynyk. His
Olynyk.
third.
Grant. Interesting, they called it out before he shot the ball.
That's 14 fouls on GU. This is Vernon Teal. Spins again to the middle. Kick out Viney. 3-ball. No good. Loose ball picked up by Bolden. Up to Goodson. Dimitri stripped by Viney. And Vernon Teal slow to get up for LMU. Boy, I tell you what, the Lions don't need to see that right now. They lose Vernon Teal. They may not score 20 points a game the rest of the way.
The season.
The season.
Yeah. I agree with you. Tough one. He went after that rebound with Elias, and looks like he just kind of rolled his ankle.
You have to have at least 2 options offensively or you're done. Viney can score. You take Teal out, they'll shut Viney down, and then you're done. There's Bolden.
Won't shut him down.
No, 14 points. And Gonzaga on a 14-5 run. And with that bucket, Bolden has just moved.
That was a 3-ball, wasn't it?
It was a 3-ball. Did they not give him 3? Nope, just a 2.
They gave him 2?
So he's 1 shy now of 11th all-time in scoring. Or 12th, I'm sorry. And a foul on Olynyk. That's number 4 on Olynyk.
What more can you do than just hold your arm up and have the guy bring the ball into you? You still have your cylinder to be in. It looked like Kelly was in his cylinder, and what I'm talking about is that you just take an official has to take a cylinder straight up to the roof. If Kelly's out of it, then it's a foul. But if he's straight up into it and the guy brings the ball into his cylinder.
So Olynyk will come out. Sacre will replace him. Matt Bolden with 1,458 points. He is now number 12 on the all-time Gonzaga scoring list, ahead of Derek Rivio.
Watch your seat. Where's his feet?
Oh!
That guy.
Get the micrometer out and check that out, huh? They were barely on that. And now the officials want to talk things over.
He's going to call timeout. I don't know. Oh, he's behind it.
By the hair of his chinny chin. 14:09 to play. We'll be back. And welcome back. Drew Viney at the free throw line. LMU 8 of 20 from the free throw line. And there you see the foul trouble now starting to mount for GU. Olynyk with 4, Gray and Sacre each with 3, and Rob remains in the game now. He replaces Olynyk, who just picked up his 4th. And Viney gets his team now to 9 of 21 from the line. Those are abysmal numbers. Gonzaga 9 of 17. Not much better. 7-point game. This would be really close if LMU was hitting their free throws. Sacre.
Gosh, he's just it's something mental right now with Robert. When he caught the basketball, he had the shot. And he put the ball on the floor, and he didn't have to. See right here, he catches it.
Wide open. He didn't even need to put it to the floor, did he?
No, he actually took it to the defense by putting it on the floor, and luckily he got bailed out getting the foul called on the Lions. But
so Sacre 1 of 2 from the line. You know, it's what's missing in the game of basketball these days. It's hard to find a true post player with a great game with his back to the bucket anymore. It just doesn't. The kids just aren't playing that way anymore.
No, your bigger guys are, guys that can put, their face the basket.
There's an offensive rebound. Grant Gibbs. And that extends it to a 10-point game. This is Gonzaga's largest lead.
Well, that's why I said I'm so amazed. I mean, Grant not playing in a bunch of games before this, could have sat over there and pout, but taking full advantage of the time that the coaches are giving him right now.
Sacre tried to go to Harris. And Harris is fouled inside by number 15, Alex Osborne, as we take a look at Grant Gibbs.
Yeah, he went all the way around. Hamilton just didn't stay with him on the rebound. He thought that Vernon Till was going to pick it up, and instead Grant just got off of Hamilton's hip, got himself an easy basket. Those are the ones you love when you play.
Grant had 2 3-point plays on back-to-back possessions in the first half. So
Sure.
Grant Gibbs maybe not getting the minutes that he had hoped to this year.
Yeah.
But he's taking advantage of the minutes he's getting, and he's doing all the little dirty things that is going to impress the coaches, which you know will lead to more minutes down the stretch for him.
Well, both of his points.
And remember now, he's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, so he's been around.
A lot of years left here at Gonzaga.
Yeah, he's got a lot more to play, but you know, 2 of his baskets now have come off of putbacks. So I mean, it's good to see when you're a big guard and you're able to get rebounds and help your team, especially on the offensive end. They're gonna find minutes for you that way.
And Grant was one of the more highly touted guards in the country coming out of Iowa when he was a senior in high school there. He had a lot of options and chose Gonzaga because of the rich tradition at that position here. And I think in time he's going to really fit in. He can really shoot it. And if he continues to make the tough type plays like that,
And respond.
that's what that position has brought over the years. Blake Stepp as tough as they come.
Yep, tough as nails.
Matt Bolden, quiet, tough.
Pretty smile.
Quiet, tough, pretty smile.
But no, you're exactly right. I mean, that's what Grant has to show in these minutes that he's getting right now, because he's been setting for the last few games. Coaches admire players that do not pout and do not say anything, but just take advantage of the time that they get.
Dimitri Goodson picking up his 3rd personal. Gonzaga's lead is 12, and here's Vernon Teal with the basketball. Viney setting the screen, the switch with Bolden. And now Young. Here's Armstead. The offense not coming quite so easily for LMU this half. You can tell it's evident on this possession. Viney backing his way down, but there's a double team waiting. And then Armstead couldn't handle it. Now Bolden with it. He'll shoot the 17-foot jumper, and that's off. Osborne with the rebound for LMU. Viney crossover into the corner.
And I'll tell you how the Zags have built their lead up right now. They got a sign in their locker room as Vernon pulls up for a free throw and makes it.
You know what he reminds me of is another guy named Vernon. Vernon Maxwell.
Vernon Maxwell, yeah. Not as ornery, but.
Yeah, Vernon Teal now at 21.
But the sign in the Zags room says stop to score, and then, I'm sorry, score to, stop to score and score to stop. That's their kind of philosophy. They want to stop, get a stop on the defensive end to help score it, and they put some stops on the LMU Lions here in the last few possessions.
Harris now with 17, Gonzaga leading by 12. LaRon Armstead. Grant Gibbs there defensively, and now the feed to the post with the 3 Gonzaga players there on Teal. And he still got the shot off, but he missed.
Taking them all off.
Goodson. Gibbs, Sacre. What a great play. It started with Harris to Gibbs to Sacre. And it's a 14-point Gonzaga lead.
Cut with a purpose, and Grant Gibbs did. He cut with a purpose, and he got the nice pass and drew Robert's man over to him, and Robert made himself available, and Grant showed why he's one of the, a good passing guard. He delivered a nice dime to Robert.
Young to Armstead. Armstead missed the shot. Bolden with the rebound. Gonzaga starting to open it up now. The lob. Harris lay-in.
Matt, look at Matt's face. He's disgusted with himself because he had Elias Harris all the way down there, and he was throwing a lob from half court. He didn't get it up high enough. Totally disgusted with himself.
He wanted it at the rim.
He wanted it at the rim.
He wanted to blow the roof off the place.
Because what did Elias say in his profile at halftime? I want going to tear the rim off. Now they leave. See, Matt's throwing it from half court. Just didn't get a lot on it. Hey, I'll take the bucket. And Coach Lee will take the bucket. But as fans that want to jump up and down, you want to see rim rattle, shake and roll.
I tell you what, Craig Elo, Bolden and Harris is really turning into one heck of a dynamic duo here for Gonzaga. And you throw Stephen Gray into the mix, and offensively, this team has become a juggernaut. They're hard to defend.
Rolling.
Because either one of those three guys could drop 25 or 30 on you. And you can't shut everyone down. It's impossible. And that's what's going to make this team so tough to beat. Gray with 10 points. Harris 19. But look at it's the percentage in which they're playing at. 5 of 7, 7 of 11, 5 of 10. Those are professional numbers.
Well,
those are pro numbers.
I agree with you. You're looking at that, but look at the other ones. They light up the board on all categories in the stats. Every one of them are active in every part of the game.
That is quite a trio. Gonzaga on a 25-9 run now in this second half. Remember, LMU ended the first half on their 12-3 run, and Gonzaga has really responded since their time in the locker room.
Well, let's see if the Lions have it still in them to do that, because there's still 10 minutes left in this ball.
A lot of time. Foul called either on Harris or no, it's going to be on Gray. And that's number 4 on Stephen Gray. 16-point game in Spokane. Gonzaga playing team ball. Gibbs, Sacre, and the big flush. Nice feed, Mr. Gibbs from Iowa. We'll be back. Elias Harris with 19 points for Gonzaga. He's establishing himself quickly as another in a long line of Gonzaga big men. It started with Casey Calvary. He was the 2001 WCC Player of the Year, and he was just a great player for 4 years. Broke this backboard at the Spokane Memorial Arena. And then the school's all-time leader in block shots as well. Corey Violette made the WCC All-First Team 3 times. He was a great player. They called him Chunk for a while. And then Roni Turioff, second all-time in blocks at GU, and the 2004 WCC Player of the Year. And J.P. Batista was a great inside player in his 2 seasons with Gonzaga. And when I say great, that might be an understatement for that young man. He was awesome. He was an 80% free throw shooter, made 65% of his shots from the floor, and he was just a big, tough, physical specimen.
And didn't need the accolades, or didn't need.
Played with Morrison.
Yeah, well, Morrison
30 points a game. Morrison
stole the lights. Even when JP outscored Morrison, Morrison still got the headlines. But did it bother JP?
Never.
Never. And where does he make his home in the summer?
Vegas.
I thought it was Spokane.
It is Spokane. Yeah. Just a joke. The Chamber of Commerce is writing letters now. LMU with 2 turnovers in this half. Gonzaga with 0 turnovers. Here's Goodson into the middle. Harris picked it up, dropped it in. Goodson short on his floater. If he can get his game to the point where he can make that shot, it's going to help a lot.
Comes with confidence, and he just, like you said, he's got to make a few and get comfortable doing that.
Teal spinning, and then the kick out to Viney. Bolden and Harris ran out at him, and then Viney popped it in from 15.
Nice move.
It was a nice little pump fake.
2 guys flew by him and stepped in and made it an easier shot.
14 for Viney. Too short of his average. Bolden can't leave him that open. That one was too hard. Teal deflected it. Bolden picked it up with a new shot clock. Skip past to Goodson. Drives into the paint. Got it to Bolden. And a foul called. And if this is on number 3, given Calipindi, he just fouled out of the game.
Just came in.
Foul call on LMU's number 34.
No, they gave it to Drew Viney, number 34. That's 3 on Viney. Matt Bolden with 13 points. That his first free throw of this game. And he makes them both. I don't want to put you on the spot, but where does Bolden go in the NBA draft, Craig?
If it was right now, anywhere from 20 to the second round, maybe 18 to the second round. If I'm that last team that's, a good team, I wouldn't mind taking him though.
Viney, little step back. I think that's what's awesome about being not a lottery pick. Here's the feed inside to Rob Sacre.
Yeah,
now, obviously, you're not going to make the money as you would have as a lottery pick, but you're going to end up on a good team with veterans, chances are. And what a great way to start your career in the NBA with guys around you, no pressure on you.
Yep.
And guys that can teach you.
And show you the way. You're exactly right. Yeah, it's a good way of thinking of it. And, man, we just think of the money.
Right out.
That's all you think about. Top 3, top 4 guys make a lot of money.
Rob Sacre with 6 points, 7 rebounds, some blocks. He's having a good all-around game. And now up to 7 points with that free throw. But so often those lottery teams are the same teams every year, which is indicative of just a bad front office.
Yep.
They're just not good franchises for a reason.
Clippers.
And I think Adam Morrison kind of fell into that.
Charlotte Bobcats, yeah.
Sacre takes it away from Vernon Teal. The foot race,
Nice
Bolden,
pass.
and the clutch.
That's 2. And now in his career. 2 dunks I've seen Matt Bolden.
How about Rob Sacre poking it away from Vernon Teal? The 7-footer out there on the guard who was red hot, Viney. And Sacre with the rebound. Then he threw it away. We thought Dimitri Goodson was going to run the sideline, and Dimitri stopped to wait for the ball.
Great show. Exactly what the Zags do on all pick and rolls. And then Robert just came up with, look at that pass he gave to Matt. Wham!
Wham! Jeff Fryer a part of that team too, a sharp shooting
That's his
guard.
name, Jeff. Yeah, I was trying to think.
Vernon Teal now with it for LMU. Yeah, that was boy, that was a magical run by this team. And of course, the death by Hank Gathers and Bo Kimball shooting free throws with the left hand in the NC2A tournament. That was just that was a great time. And something, because I was right about that age. I think I was in high school or something like that. And it was just something that you'll always remember. It was a great moment. And
well, they went deep into the tournament.
They did. They were really good.
They were really
122
good.
points a game.
They Paul Westhead's philosophy. If you caught the ball where you were supposed to be on the numbered break, then you could shoot it. And all of those guys took that to heart. So, like you said, a sharpshooter and Fryer was always in the corner. Kimball was in another corner, and if Gathers got it, you just got out of his way.
Yeah. Rob Sacre out of the game with his 4th personal foul. He's replaced by Kelly Olynyk, who's also now playing with 4. And Dimitri Goodson waits for Harris. Here's Gibbs. Bolden. Bounce pass to Goodson. And the jump shot on the way. Short by Goodson. Rebound by Dietrich. And LMU basketball. Vernon Teal slashing and reversing. And a blocking foul call. Vernon Teal now with 23 points.
No quit in Vernon.
You played against Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah, he was crazy. He didn't want to get close to him,
but he didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't know if he had one of those sharp objects in his pocket or something.
He was a part of that Rockets team that won with Hakeem Olajuwon. Right?
I was gone then, but yeah, he was there.
Gone, yeah.
He won a championship. You're exactly right.
Vernon Teal now with 24 points.
You know, I said you were steeped in basketball knowledge. I'm going to ask you now.
Oh, boy.
College. Vernon Maxwell went to.
Oh.
He was a Gator.
Florida Gator.
Yep.
Grant Gibbs. Rimmed out. Drew Viney. Rebound. Viney, 3-ball. Bang.
Hey, that's a nice play.
And then he turns around and looks at the GU bench. LMU now down by 10 and clawing their way back in.
You know, Vernon did a nice job. He got into a little bit inside the arc, had nothing to go, and Viney had passed it up to him, trailed him, called it without that tooth. You're right. He just showed it. He doesn't have a pretty smile.
Zag fans, did you upgrade to a new cell phone? Then save your old phone and charger. And they brought them to the game tonight, or you can drop them off at the McCarthy Athletic Center during this week. Your donation to the Verizon Wireless Hope Line Drive supports victims of domestic violence in Washington State. So bring your old phones, drop them off here at the McCarthy Athletic Center, and be part of the solution. Verizon Wireless Hope Line.
You can drop that rock off you got.
Well, that's pretty new. But as soon as it
falls into the streams or the lakes or the cold weather.
It's supposed to be waterproof. But as I've found in the past, it doesn't mean much with watches. Bolden. He's
now
in there deep.
Oh!
Missed it long, got it right back, stripped away by who else? Vernon Teal. And now Teal with a basketball spins right into Stephen Gray. Well, Gonzaga doing a better job of stopping the ball this half than they did the first half. Diedrich, boy, he's in there deep over Harris. And it's into single digits now. Gonzaga leading by 8. And LMU on a 9-0 run. And now Harris will shoot free throws. Foul called on number 32, Tim Diedrichs.
I can't really explain Elias's. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but it's like a hop and a skip and a jump in there.
Actually, they gave that foul to Drew Viney. That's his 4th.
Ooh.
That's a big foul.
That's a big foul with 5
Viney's
minutes.
smiling like
left.
no big deal. Take another look.
See? Hop, skip. There's an extra something in there.
That's easily a travel, right? I mean, by rule.
That one should have been.
Hey, whatever works.
He does it so smoothly, though.
Whatever works.
It's hidden.
Elias Harris, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 8 of 12 shooting. LMU's gotten nothing from Kevin Young this half. He's disappeared.
No points.
It's been all Drew Viney. Here's Young. Diedrichs. Back to Young with 7 on the shot clock. Here's Teal on Goodson. That's way off.
Students are ruthless. And the kid's got 24 points. He's played every minute of the ball game. But that's the home court advantage. Now, he doesn't go out there all the time. He doesn't go beyond the arc, but he'll stretch it out 15, 18 feet.
Gonzaga with some foul trouble. Olenek, Gray, and Sacre each with 4. Dimitri Goodson with 3. We have 5:23 to play, and it's a 9-point game. Gonzaga with the lead and the ball. Here's Stephen Gray with Sacre posting up inside on Kevin Young. Bolden to the free throw line, back to Gray. Harris tried to go to Sacre right through his hands, and now Bolden back to Gray. He's fouled. And that is number 5 on Given Calipende. But he didn't have that angle.
No, he
had to run right into him or stop.
Big, yeah.
Gray hits the first one. So Calipende fouls out of the game. 4 points, 2 rebounds. He took just 2 shots in the game.
Well, he's not a guy that usually plays a lot. So he's, usually a bench player. Tonight forced him to line up with Dubois out of the game.
2 for 3 for Stephen Gray. Kevin Young can't run it down for LMU. It goes back to Gonzaga. 11-point lead.
Whoops. He lost eye contact. Luckily, Bolden was in the right place.
Stephen Gray driving the lane. Lob, Harris deflected away. Diedrich picks it up for LMU.
Nice defense by Viney. Read that he was Stephen was throwing that ball, came up from behind and knocked that ball away from Elias.
And a foul called here. And Vernon Teal again off on the free throws.
Could you imagine
4
the
of
game?
11 now.
Can you imagine the game he would be having with? Let's just say you're an 80% or a 70% free throw shooter. That's
You're up to
4 more.
30.
Yeah.
He's got 25 now. Well, as a team, they're shooting 14 of 28. You just get that up to 70%, and we've got a one possession game.
Yeah.
Harris, Gray, and Stephen Gray will shoot free throws now.
I think they're always happy with wins, but somehow they.
Well, they haven't won it yet. That's my point. There's 4:08 to play.
Yeah.
There's time. But if they do win it, are they going to be happy that they won it? They'll be happy. They'll be happy that they won.
But the way they won it.
The way they won, would they be happy?
Would they be happy? No, I think they're always going to question, even like they had questions the other night about the 55-point second half that Pepperdine put on them.
So LMU now has to protect every possession. That's a deep three by Drew Viney, and it wasn't open.
No, that was ill-advised.
You can't be jacking up shots now. I mean, you still have a chance.
I mean, I don't know. He knows where Coeur d'Alene was, but he shot that from Coeur d'Alene. I mean, that just he came across.
Maybe post falls.
Post falls, yeah. Still in Idaho.
Bolden, corner three ball is long. Loose ball, and it came out to Bolden.
New 35. Now they can take a little bit of time off. 12-point lead. You want to use a lot of the under 5 minutes. You want to use a lot of the shot clock.
Gonzaga has scored 8 out of their last 10 points from the free throw line.
One more pass.
There's Stephen Gray. 10 on the shot clock for Sacre. Handoff, Gray, and the flush.
I love this team and the way they cut to the basket. And in the past, we've seen Gonzaga run a lot of sets and plays that set guys up. This team has allowed a lot of freedom.
Diedrich on the floor. That ball appeared to be kicked by Goodson. And now a loose ball again. Grabbed by Goodson. He tight-roped the end line and controls possession for Gonzaga with a 14-point lead and 2:30 to play.
I can't believe LMU. You can't set back in the zone, guys.
No, you're down by 14 with time to play. Get out and force them to do something.
Or extend your zone.
And then the loose ball picked up by Young. Maybe they knew something we didn't. And then Young threw it away. Well, the wrong guy had the ball in his hand. Young run the floor.
Look at that play. See, that's what I love. Just the freedom that Gonzaga has now to make plays like that.
Baked in your oven. 2 minutes and a second to play. Gonzaga leading by 14, and they have the basketball. Gonzaga not shooting it well tonight from behind the arc. 3 of 16. Take those out of the mix. They're shooting it really well. They're 67% from inside the arc, Chris.
Yeah, in the first half they were like 14 to 18. I forgot to mention that at one point, but yeah, inside the arc they were killing them.
LMU's got to do something here.
Like tackle Matt Bolden.
Yeah, foul call on Vernon Teal. No, Matt Bolden.
Holy cow.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, time to support Coaches versus Cancer. We talked about it Thursday night. It benefits Mark Few and Marcy Few's Coaches versus Cancer drive. Be part of the solution. It's just $10. Go to cbct.com. They'll send you the T-shirt. And on the 4th of February, the Mayor Werner has proclaimed it Coaches versus Cancer Day here in the city of Spokane. Gonzaga will play Portland. Those T-shirts will litter this arena. So be part of the solution. Be part of the spirit on 6 of 12 shooting.
Super numbers.
And now he needs help getting it in. Calls a
Supernova.
timeout. Oh, boy.
Tell you the truth, I don't even know your number. You're in my phone as Greg Heister.
Oh, good.
So it just comes, I just push
I just
Greg
know
Heister.
you're not going to give it out over the air, though. I feel comfortable about that. We're throwing stuff on the field, and he took the PA mic, and he said, you don't live in Cleveland, so stop.
Yeah.
The sports director I work for in Cleveland then put up Sam Weich's home telephone number and his work phone number in Cincinnati. And Sam Weich was absolutely killed by Clevelanders. So don't ever give the phone number out either.
Well,
That's going back now. Everybody doesn't remember that. That was like
long time.
1990 or something. There's Vernon Teal. Taken away. Goodson speeding by everyone but Kevin Young back defensively. I tell you, Dimitri Goodson has wheels. Drew Viney's shot is off. Slapped by Gray right to Harris. And we're under a minute to play now. Gonzaga's going to earn their 5th win in West Coast Conference action. And foul call here on Kelsey Chin. Gonzaga come down in here and just sit and take time off the clock, and now they're fouling them with under a minute to play.
Well, with the lead being where it is, you probably don't even need to foul.
Well, now you don't. Earlier, when it was 10 or 12 points earlier, you did, but now you shouldn't, and they do.
But they put Kelsey in, who hasn't played all game. He's excited to be out there and probably not thinking about anything.
See, you always bring it back for us. That's a very good point. Sacre with another block. Viney with a miss. Sacre with a rebound. Taken away by Teal. Tipped out. And there's Kelsey Chin with it. Into the corner. 3-ball on the way off by number 2, Griffin Riley. And Grant.
You want to know how much rebounding has to do with the game?
Right.
Quite a bit.
As Max Good talked to us today at the shoot-around, he said, look, this game of basketball is very simple. You got to take care of it. You can't turn it over. And you got to rebound.
I heard that.
Vernon Teal. Less than 30 to play. And he's bumped by Grant. Points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. 26 points, 7 assists. And those 7 assists just an average game for him.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
Okay, he's missed.
Chauncey Jones reminding us that we've had 70 free throws taken in this game.
And you know, I got a number here that, yeah, both teams 28. So that's 52. So
that's quick math right
they're
there.
above and beyond what they normally do.
By how many?
18.
Nice. Nice. Well, you can hear the keys in the background here.
Start the bus.
LMU will drop to 1 and 4. It's you got to feel bad about what's happened to LMU this season. With wins against USC and a win at Notre Dame, you see the kind of potential that this program had this year. Now they're 1 and 4 in the league, and they've dropped under 500 overall to 10 and 11. The Zags now 5-0 in West Coast Conference play. They get to 16-3 overall. Elias Harris a big reason. So's Rob Sacre. They head back to California next week. Thursday night Santa Clara. Saturday USF. We'll have that game for you. Have a great week, Gonzaga fans. He's Elo. I'm Heister. Good night from Spokane.